Yam Brahma Varandrudramaruta Vedeshangavadakramopanishadi Gayandiyam Samaga Yanavastidadadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogina Syantam Avidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmi. Thirty-nine. Shraddhavan lavate jnanam tatparasam yatendriyah jnanam labdhva param shantim achirena digacchati ajñascha shraddadhanascha sanshayatma vinashyati nayam lokosti na paraha na sukham sanshayatmanah ajñascha shraddadhanascha sanshayatma vinashyati nayam lokosti na paraha na sukham sanshayatmanah. Right. So, after praising that knowledge, that nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitram eha vidyate, there is nothing more purifying than the absolute knowledge of the self, the absolute knowledge. Any other thing that can take away your limitation for some time, but again the limitation may return, like you experience a sense object. In the sensation, you may lose your identity for some time. In the moments of pleasure, you may forget your pain, anxiety for some time. If you take a medicine, it may cure your disease. Again, the disease may recur, or even if the disease doesn't recur, no medicine can cure the disease called death itself. So, medicines are also not the absolute purifier or those who can negate your limitation, suffering. But when you come to the self-knowledge, the absolute, the knowledge of yourself, everything is counteracted. No dukkham, no sukham, no papam, no punyam, no pair of opposites, sukham, dukkham, raga, dvesha, jaya, ajaya, victory, defeat, loss, gain. Everything is completely counteracted. That is why you find that bliss, that is your happiness, your fulfillment. Like, as in Yoga Vasishtha, Rama will ask, Kadaham Vishrantim Neshyami Meru Srunga Ibambuda. A beautiful imagery that Rama, the student, asked the teacher, Vasishtha, Aham Kada Vishrantim Neshyami. When shall I find that Vishranti, absolute restfulness. Vigata Shranti Shramam, where there is no hint of pain, no hint of anxiety, no hint of sorrow or suffering, like Meru Srunga Ambudaiva, like Ambuda, clouds perched Meru Srunga in the peaks of the mountain. The clouds perching on the top of the mountain, seated as though eternity in front, nowhere to go, they have found the place. That type of Vishranti, happiness, fulfillment, when shall I find? When Rama asked that question, Vasishtha says, go to yourself. There is no other place where you can find the absolute repose, calmness, satisfaction, contentment. If there is something or somebody who can provide you little calmness, provide you relief, that something or somebody shall be the source of your agitation, fear, anxiety. Because only with that something or somebody, if I am finding my peace, my comfort, there shall be a continuous fear of losing it. Either the object dropping out or myself dropping out. That is why this is samsara. Average person suffers the sense of limitation in life. Whereas one who finds himself, recognizes his own nature, Vishrantim Nishyami, Param Shantim Achirena Adhigacchati, gains this absolute bliss, Achirena, very soon. And that is absolutely pavitram. And who shall get it? Shraddhavan lavate jnanam. Person who has shraddha, at least must be willing, belief pending discovery. If such a person poo-poos, dismisses the very idea that how can anybody ever be peaceful? In this world there is no hope of peace. There is no hope of liberation. There is no hope of freedom. They are all bunkam. It's all stories. It's all imagination. It's just escapism. What do you do? You are your own obstacle. If you caught your own, apana haste jiva chedi, if you caught your own tongue, who will help you? If you commit suicide, who can protect you? If you want to drink poison, who can prevent you? If you want to destroy yourself. So the individual himself is his number one enemy by not believing. As a child, did you believe or disbelieve? Nothing. Huh? Whatever people say, helplessly it has gone into your head. Right or wrong? Just please see this. As a child, did we have any choice in picking up information? They are already programming my head before I even know that my head can be programmed or not programmed. They have given me a name. They have told me I am a man or woman. They have told me what I should study, what I should not study. They have told me what am I supposed to eat, what I am not supposed to eat. Everything they decide. They decide what dress I should put on. What decisions have you got? Everything they have decided. With the borrowed ideas, you want to have an independent thinking? What logic is that? With the ideas which are borrowed, stolen, or unconsciously imposed, doesn't matter. No, I didn't steal, all right. Oh, I didn't borrow, imposed. But the imposed ideas, if you think it is your own, that itself shows how independent thinker you are. Always using my father's money, and I say I am a independent investor. Independent? Where did you get it? Inherited. Ah, I see. So the inherited person considers himself self-made. How do you like it? A person who inherits the wealth, he considers himself self-made. How fantastic. Huh? Here you picked up. You didn't even pick up. They started giving you. The society has programmed you. 4-year, 5-year-old goes, 4-year-old must go to school, 15-year-old in high school, 17-year-old in a college. After that, get married. Programmed. Who decided this lifestyle? Now I finished my studies, I am looking for a job. Who decided? I decided. You? A robot. You are programmed. And until that day, when you are helpless, you, like it or not, you swallowed the idea, it was pushed into you. And that time you didn't have resistance. But now you say, you are an independent thinker. With what ideas? Which are given to you. And then you don't believe in something which you don't know. How? Not only you don't believe in what you don't know, you don't want to challenge what you know. There's another trip. Not only don't believe in what you don't know, you are really independent thinker, at least you should challenge what you know. Because it's not my idea, I picked it up. How do I know my name is Ram? Why should it be my name? Have you ever questioned? How do I know I'm a man? How do I know I'm rich or poor? How can this identity I take myself to be? Have you ever questioned? Who am I? Have you ever questioned? No, happy with the notion. If you are happy with your notion, I am giving you another notion, let us say. You are happy with a notion, no. I am a man, I am mortal, I am dying. All right, even if you consider it a notion, I say you are infinity, you are immortal, you are absolute. Even if it is a notion, which notion is better? There is a man who is mad, but he is crying all the time. Other person is mad, but he is laughing. So which madness is better, laughing madness or crying madness? At least laugh. Mad you are, no. But at least laugh. Now why should be a crying mad? Anyway notion. So why should you be condemned to a notion of limitations? Why don't you be condemned to the notion of limitlessness? What do you get out of it? What are you losing anyway? You are already into the mess. Oh, this is just a dream. All right. What are you doing? Are you in the reality? Just please appreciate. Why am I telling is, in our generation, this is our generation, when you go through school, college, university, now when you see the man is landing on the moon, they have gone into the other stars and planets, they are sending the Hubble telescope, taking the photograph of the galaxies billions of light years away. But the backyard is not known. The person doesn't know anything about himself. If you tell him, it is like an affront, as though you are challenging his objective knowledge. No. You can know everything, but first know the knower yourself. Very, very important. Or else, if your diagnosis is not proper, your disease will continue. Like a person, he went to a doctor. And he said, Doctor, I am getting very choking sensation and a ringing tone in my ears. I am always getting a choking sensation and a ringing tone. The other fellow says, okay, you have to go through an, operation, eye operation. So, what is this eye operation? Because of your sight problem, therefore headache, sometimes. So he did that, poor thing, almost lost his eyes, but survived. Other fellow says, I think something with your root canal. So they started messing up with this tooth. Then another Doctor, but still nothing stopped. Then he went another doctor. The doctor said, this is a strange disease, 6 months' time given to you, you shall be dead. Then he said, boy, if in 6 months' time I am going to die, I better as well enjoy myself. So what he did, he said, got a big car, purchased everything luxurious. Then he said, let me have nice dresses. So went to the tailor. The tailor now taking the measurement with the suit, everything shirt, and then taking the measurement with the shirt, he says, length, then when went to his neck for the collar, he said, collar 16 inches. The man says, no, it is 15 inches. He says, sir, it is 16. He says, I am telling you it is 15. Now, it is his shirt. If he says 15, what can you do? This is doctor, the tailor said, all right, sir. If you say 15, it is 15. But don't tell me that you shall hear ringing tones and choking sensation. See, where is the disease? The fellow was putting on a tight shirt. But somebody is operating his ear, and somebody is another his eye, somebody is his tooth, and another person is giving him warning that he is going to die. What type of, prognosis or whatever analysis is that, and what type of prescription is that? That is our life. Problem is not recognized. The person with the borrowed ideas think he is an independent thinker, and if you say challenge yourself, the person is not available. Why? Yeah, I know about myself. I see. You know about yourself, or you are hanging around with the borrowed identity. Somebody has said, but suppose, okay, you say that I am absolute. Is it a borrowed idea or my idea? Yes, borrowed idea, but between the two, which one is truth? Find out, are you limited? The meaning of the word I is limited or limitless? Even for curiosity, you should find it out. The person who is little bitten in life, either he comes back, or the person who is discriminative in life, he comes back. When you are tired of your limitation, you shall accept it. Or if you are aware of your limitation, you shall also accept it. Why not give a chance? And what is the Shraddha? A belief pending discovery. Nobody says, it's not going to be a belief for your rest of your life. A belief pending discovery. Just like any travel begins with that type of initial assumption, acceptance. Is there a life in Mars? If you say no, you shall not search for life in the Mars. If you say Earth is a planet, there is life, atmosphere, there is life. Maybe Mars is a planet, there may be an atmosphere, there may be life. This is faith, pending discovery. Then you send the spacecraft, collect the data, and then you study. And once for all you decide there is no life in Mars or there is life in Mars. But in the very beginning of this search, if you say there is no life in the Mars, even before starting the investigation, your investigation you cannot begin. So these are the prejudice, pre-gone conclusion. This is the curse of learning. The curse of learning is the person doesn't believe in anything that he does not know. He doesn't understand the learning with the strength of which is the dismissing something higher. That learning itself was not there at one time. Had you rejected that learning, you would not have learned what you have learned today. That is why Shraddha. Please see that. How much the Shastra, how much the teacher should go to convince the person. This is where. What do they get? Nothing. But that is where comes the compassion, the kindness of the wisdom. Suppose the person says, like this, like a mother. The mother says, baby, come and eat. No, I'm going to play. All right, if the baby doesn't eat, who is going to starve? Mummy is suffering? No. Baby is suffering, but the mummy still goes on. And when you bring the child, he doesn't want to come from the field. Wants to pull his hair, pull her, pull his hair, pull her hair, pull her hand, fighting everything. Still, the mummy doesn't slap the fellow. Okay, why? The baby does not know that after 2 hours the fellow will be hungry. There you go, you are not my mommy. Yes, that's true, that's right. Okay, I am not your mommy. No. You are the worst fellow, you are the worst mother. Nobody can. Everything the mother listens. Why? Because the child is prevented from playing. Same thing also. The child is prevented from playing with his thought. So if you are asking him to challenge, if you are challenging his thoughts, the fellow doesn't feel comfortable. Go, get lost, you are confusing me. You are already confused. But still you take it. That is why Mother Sruti, the teacher, Ahetuka Daya Sindhum Gurum Anavatam Satam. Ocean of compassion for no reason. So, Shraddha. One who got it, pending discovery, such a person, Tatparaha, and he also always Jnanaparaha, striving only for the knowledge, very focused on himself. What do you want? Myself. He may be Shraddhavan, accepts everything, very interested in this knowledge, but must be Samyatendriya, must be very conscious of the needs of the sense organs of action, the ways the sense organs function, the ways the sensation is caused, sensations caused, the way the thought gets worked, the mechanism of all your thought, that also must be known. So that you are Samyatendriya. You know how to handle your mind, your sense organ, your organ of action. Understand? And that is why, as I told you in the morning, two things are very, very strong. The food and the sex. Because these two organs of action, tongue and sex, what happens? A distinct change takes place. That is, it's like a personality, they stand out. Understand? It's just like somebody. You tell him, don't shout, but the fellow is going on shouting. The other fellows who are keeping quiet, not your problem. The fellow is shouting is your problem. Why? He is standing out as an adversary, as an individuality against you. The sense organs don't change. Eyes don't change, eyes don't get dilated while seeing the sight. Ears don't get worked up because of listening to a sound. The nose, nothing happens. But the tongue and the sense of touch means sex. Two things, what happens? Changes take place. That's why the saliva takes place. When the saliva takes place, suddenly you are aware of your tongue. Are you suddenly aware of your nose? Please think, please think. Are you suddenly aware of suddenly you are going, you are aware of your nose. Does it happen? You are going, suddenly your ears are calling you. Is it so? No, please see. You must see. Why is it these two things become very strong? Because unconscious reaction takes place. Things change. The tongue goes on salivating. When there's so much of salivation there, you listen to, you see some food, hear the description of a food. Suppose you like sweet, and you say, oh, nothing like, that sweet, rasgulla, chanagaya, chupachana pudupita, chocolate cake, ice cream. Enough. Why do you say? Stop. Because, going on. Like the fellow is playing what is this one? Long one? Nadasuram. When you play Nadasuram, in our village there is no Nadasuram, but these fellows play small trumpet-like thing. So what happens? These some fellow, naughty children, they will take this tamarind, puli, and then they'll eat. Then that fellow will have to, I don't know why when you see somebody eating sour thing, your tongue salivates. I don't like sour things at all. I don't touch it. My brother will swallow it. But I can't touch it. But still, when somebody eating sour also, the tongue, he's talking about his sour coming now. Huh? So when he does that, the fellow can't play it because too full of saliva and he's going into the boo-boo, you can't blow. So distinctly, see, the saliva takes place. What do? So you know your tongue is now active. Same thing, sex. Sexual changes take place. When you see somebody, seeing, you don't have to see people. Think. This is not the fancy. You are fanciful, you are imagining, fantasizing. It's not a fantasizing. Thinking about somebody, thinking about something, thinking about a touch. Then what happens? Now this changes takes place. When the changes takes place, it becomes, very difficult. That's right. Understand the mechanism. Then you can samyata indriya. You now know it is not a me which is going crazy, the tongue going crazy. It's not me which is going crazy, the body is responding like that. Okay. At least you can be conscious. Not that the problem will be solved. At least you are conscious. You now know what is happening. Then you can at least try to fix it up. Samyata indriya. If you don't know how it comes, what do you say? You don't even talk about it. Why? Because it's a taboo subject. So nobody talks about nobody. Children don't talk, adults don't talk. So maximum problem comes. Why problem comes? Please see, why problem comes? Your tongue is salivating, get the money, get the food. Finish. You need not get the money and purchase the food. Food is available also, you take it away, no problem. But when it comes to satisfaction, sexual satisfaction, what do? While taking Tattva classes, I was telling you, when you do it by yourself, sense gratification, by yourself, you call it either immoral or torture or something. When somebody does it for you, she loves me, he loves me. Why people say, I love you? Think. Most people, ultimate purpose is what? A physical intimacy. You may say, very platonic, I love him, platonic, platonic. You understand platonic? Platonic means just relationship or relationship sake. Platonic. I look upon him as my brother, she's my sister. Oh, very brotherly. You may say, why are you so intimate? Why do you want to be intimate? Why the person is wanting that way? It's not that everybody is like that. I'm not being, perverse. It's not like that. But most of the time, friendship, togetherness, intimacy means what? I really adore him. I really adore her. Why? Because there is sense of intimacy. I love somebody. For what? If you really love somebody, then why don't you, I really, Swami, I love that person. Oh, so much love is overflowing. Then why don't you love the other one? Oh, but he is not good looking. What has got to do with good looking? But then why don't you love her? Oh, but she is so young or she is so old. What has got to do with the old age? You are loving, no? You are in love, you see. Why is it that your love is always towards the ones which are very comfortable for you? I love him. Why? If so much love is overflowing, then why don't you love everybody? Anybody on the road? That will not happen. Think, please think. So if you get a person, think. So he said, she gives me happiness or he gives me happiness. Listen please. Object you can get it and throw it also. You want to eat something? Eat it, throw it. No problem. Another person? The other person, for the man or woman to make himself or herself available itself, Kingdoms must exchange hand. Millions may exchange hand. Your career can exchange hand. Either your parent or me. Parents should exchange. Either your job or me. Oh boy. You understand what all people, what do they say? For love we sacrifice. For the love or for infatuation? Why are you giving a noble facade to something which is absolutely stupid? For the love is sacrificed. For the love. So much on love. Love of what? Remember those introductory classes. Nobody, Navare Patish Sarvasya Kamaya Sarvam Priyamavati Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyamavati. Nobody loves anything or anybody for its own sake. It's because it gives you the happiness, satisfaction. The moment that stops giving you satisfaction, you throw it out. Whom are you loving? The man, woman, object? See it clearly. You want to really love, let it begin with yourself. And what you are looking for is not love, a comfort, infatuation. That is why, suppose you get in so-called today's world today, you get a partner. Partner means living in relationship. Just think, psychological dimensions of it. Suppose you get somebody just to be with you. For what? Your physical needs are taken care of. Of course, you hide it behind your spiritual intimacy, that emotional communion. You can give any number of words you like, soulmate, all nonsense. You should give a noble facade. But what you do is simple. I sleep with him or sleep with her. You can give a noble name to that. No problem. You can do. Once you find somebody who can give you that type of sense of satisfaction or contentment, you don't need any man or woman in your life again. Why? There was no hassle relationship. What's the problem? So most people settle for that. Why? Anyway, I am earning my own food, own house, everything is there. Physical need is there, all right. Somebody is around, that's good enough. Finished. So when an objective you look for, if you can get it, and you're tired, you can throw it away, person doesn't become like that. That is why emotional complications comes up. In a relationship, it becomes so hazardous. That is why I say that big joke, and I was reading, human beings, fragile, handle with care. Human beings, fragile, handle with care. As you don't know what complication will take place. The woman feels used, the man feels guilty, woman feels used, man feels used, then feel guilty, then miserable, then unhappy, then jealousy, then mutual blaming. Where it ends up? Scandal, disaster, what all things happen? Why? All because I related to him. When you start a relationship, do you have all these plans for yourself? That you shall fight, you shall destroy each other, you shall be jealous, you shall kill each other. No, in the beginning, nice, oh yes, yeah, ooh. So easy. Easy to get in, getting out, oh boy. Why relationship becomes so problematic? Because insecure, miserable people coming together. One secured, insecure, doubly insecure. Understand? In the beginning, until you get it, you are ready for any type of sacrifice. Once you get it, you are not ready to give it up. It's like children. Until you get a child, oh God, please give me a baby, give me a baby, give me. The moment the baby comes, my baby. Huh? Your baby. So far you didn't have one. Just think. Ownership, identity, possessiveness, everything comes. That is why, are you interested in knowing yourself? Yes. At least for that time. Samyate indriya. until you know. Can you handle it? If you can handle it, you can get this knowledge. Once you get this knowledge, now you decide. Appa, oh, I'm happy with myself. All right. Shall I eat? Yes. For what? For its own sake. Shall I see, hear, taste, touch, relate to people? Yes. What? For its own sake. Not there, not there. They are excellent. Such a free person. Imagine there is another person who is exactly like that also. Relating to such people. Appa, it's a paradise. I am happy with myself, you are happy with yourself. You have nothing to do, I have nothing to do. Let's go for a walk. Why? Let's go for a walk, nothing else to do. What relationship? Absolutely free. There is no exploitation, expectation, nothing. Understand? So, samyate indriya. Why? Because if the sense organs drive you crazy, it takes away your attention, your focus. So, two things, food and sex, these two things. That is all the scripture, anywhere you see that, they go on blaming this world, temptation. You understand? You hold your tongue tight. Tongue also for two things. Tongue for two things. One is for food, other is for speech. Wagging your tongue. Your tongue's wagging too much. Is one way is food, drives you crazy. Other one is speaking. Why speaking? Because speaking gives you a vicarious satisfaction for other actions. That is why even speaking about sex also gives you a relief. Like speaking about trips, speaking about food, speaking about other people. Suppose you want to hit the person, but you can't hit the person, so talk about him. You know that fellow is a rascal. Somebody asks, do you know him? He's a rogue, don't talk about it. So you find a satisfaction. Just given him. Directly you can't hit the person, so indirectly hit. That is why you plant gossips. You want to hit somebody? Directly you can touch, no? So indirectly hit. I cannot touch you, but I can cut you the tree. You like the tree, no? I cut the tree. You like somebody. I can want to punish you, I kill your horse. Take away your child. Why mafias or other people do that? Think. So, but suppose you are a person who has no such weakness, who can punish you? Today no food, thank you. You should not listen to any music. Never listen. Thank you. See, are you getting that? Suppose you are not supposed to do anything whatsoever. Just focus on yourself. Very good. I didn't want to experience any other thing. I am focused on myself. So you don't feel discipline. You don't feel it is a denial. Why? Anyway, I am not doing. So what is the question if you are telling me not to do? Easy, easy, absolutely easy. Your focus is beautiful. You are happy with yourself. So such a person understands the truth. Okay? Please see, what are the thoughts which are affecting you? And then you are interested in yourself. Suppose no thought is there. No sensation drives you crazy. Escape being yourself. You cannot escape being yourself. And once you are conscious and consciously aware of yourself, thereafter every thought is beautiful, every sensation you can handle, every object you can handle, everything is beautiful. Param Shantim, knowing this, being with us knowing this, Param Shantim, Achirena Adhigacchati, very soon he gets the absolute bliss. Why very soon? Even though there is no time to be with the timeless. It doesn't take time to be with the timeless. But to counteract the wrong notions of the mind takes time. How long? Depends. What is good for you, not good for me. Like again a doctor. He was just starting the practice. One fellow comes and says, one tailor, one who does the tailoring, a tailor, he comes and says, my stomach is upset, I don't know what to do. feeling very much pain. And he was really uncomfortable, very weak. So after 3 days, the doctor gave him some medicine, didn't work. But after 3 days, doctor was passing that way, and he saw the tailor is jumping, running, playing games with everybody. Say, hey, what happened? He said, you gave me medicine, didn't work, and you told me I'm going to die with this. So I said, anyway I'm going to die. So I took 10 pancakes, potato pancakes. Heavy, cheese, ghee, what is the cheese, egg, everything I put, and I took 10 pancakes. And here I am. And the new doctor, he immediately went and wrote down the medicine. So after some time, a shoemaker comes. Same problem with the stomach upset, I don't know what to do. Then, eat 10 pancakes. So the fellow goes back and eats 10 pancakes, and the next day when he says, the fellow is dead. So he comes back and puts in his journal, pneumonia, pancakes, good for the tailor, bad for the shoemaker. What type of nonsense? Now why are you laughing? It's nonsense, no? So which method is good for everybody? Jnana ya karma? Choose. You choose. Where are you? You are ready? One word. Not ready? Prepare. How long? Why are you worried? Anyway, you are miserable, no? So prepare yourself. Just prepare. Very preparation itself will make you comfortable. Are you getting that? Okay. And if, so this is how the person gets, or else, who shall never receive it? First, this one I told you, who receives, who gets this knowledge. And who is not going to receive? Agyasya sraddhadhanasya sanshayatma vinasyati. What a language. This is the description of the modern man. What modern man? Any generation, any person. These whole people. Who are the one? Agyasya asraddhadhanasya sanshayatma vinasyati. One who is agya na janati. Atmanam na janati. Agya. And does not know that he does not know. That is the person. You can be Vigyan. Vigyan, like today's language, you can say Vijnana. Vijnana means science. Today's word. Visheshena janati. You may know elaborately about the world, but in the language, in the eyes of the Upanishads, you are ignorant. Because you Vigya, Visheshena janati. You know about the world, but you are agya. You don't know about yourself. So however knowledgeable you may be in the eyes of the world, you are ignorant in the eyes of the wisdom, in the eye of the Upanishads. Thereby the Upanishads do not disrespect your other knowledge. Are you getting that? Thereby the teacher or the scripture do not anyway underscore or sort of, undermine, dismiss your other knowledge. But please understand, more and more knowledge you get about the outside world, you are ignorant about yourself, and unconsciously the ignorance about yourself gets further fortified. Because previously, when I say the word I, who are you? As a child, you may say, I am just a child. I don't know about myself. Identifying the body. Because that is what my only thing is. I am the body. I am the child. Please see, I am child. I am father of so, I am son of so and so, daughter of so and so. This much of your identity. When you study, what are you doing? You are adding to that identity. As you are growing up in life, what are you doing? We are adding to the list of our identities. Adding to the list of your identity does not solve the problem of the ignorance about yourself. In fact, instead of solving, it further aggravates. Why? So many identities you pick up. And many more identities that you pick up on the way, educated. Matric, small force. PhD, ho ho. Postdoctoral, ayyo. More rarefied, specialized knowledge, stronger is your identity. Only that much. Because of that knowledge, you pick up post, manager, managing director, governor. You understand? Greater identity you get. So all these are adding to your identities. That is why for the modern man or for any man, identity crisis. See that picture very clearly. Identity crisis. In identity crisis, identifications do not get into crisis. Identifier, the individual, gets into crisis. So identity crisis is not for the identities. It is for the individual who is identifying. So which one you should know? Should you know about the identifications or about yourself? You should know about yourself. But what are you doing? I want to pick up a new identity. Once you get into identity crisis, now you are getting into a religious identity. This is a secular identity has created my problem. I want to go to a secular religious identity. When you get into a religious identity, any new identity, for sometimes you feel very comfortable. Why? Because a temporary relief from the hold of the other identities. So now I am following this. Now other fellow says, no, you don't do all this. Meditate. 5 days, come and look at the wall. Okay, you go and look at the wall. You feel very comfortable. Why? No identity to deal with. Very nice. So now the person goes back with another identity. I am a meditator. So now anytime I feel uncomfortable, I can go back to 5 days, 10 days to look at the wall. Okay? First time it is very exciting. Second time you start doubting. Third time you are tired. Fourth time quietly drop out and don't talk about looking at the wall anymore. That is why people run from practice to practice. Like the circus that visits the town. By the time you are tired of it, new clients come in. Circus continues. That is how exactly religious circus also continues. The people who make money out of nothing, real magicians, I tell you. At least secular studies when you do, there is something. You are a scientist, you are a magician, something. It is, what is this? You are sitting down there to do nothing. And then you feel very comfortable and pay for that. To sit down, why average intelligent person laughs at it? Because why should I pay somebody money to be sitting down in somebody's house? I can do it in my own house. The trouble is he doesn't do it. Nor he can do it. But when you pay, you sit down. That is another trouble. I was telling somewhere. Driving around really tires you down. So you sit down in a parked car. How do you feel? This traffic, this nonsense is really useless. So you are parked in a car and sat down. Now start the driving. What will happen? Same problem will begin again. Now you are parking this body vehicle in a meditation session and paying for the parking your body for half an hour. And once you come out of it, again the transaction begins, problem begins. So for parking your body, you pay 200 rupees, 300 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. But some people like it. Like again, fashionable doctors. One very fashionable doctor, he was taking leave for 15 days. And he told his son, who is just passed, freshly graduate. He said, son, I am going for 15 days holidays, you take over. He said, but father, I have no experience. He said, don't worry, my clients, they don't need that type of expertise. If it's a man, you tell him, go for a golf course, go for golf 10 days. If it's a woman, you tell him for a cruise, go send her for a cruise. These are leisurely people, they can do that. So don't worry about it. Imaginary disease, imaginary solutions. So the people who are the ones who are looking for meditations, well-heeled people. Nothing else to do. Misery is their permanent companion. Nothing else to do. He didn't look at me. Psychological problem. She didn't smile with me. Another psychological problem. The fellows who are struggling for survival, do they have time to look at the wife smiling or not smiling? Do they have time whether the children are coming in time or not coming in time? Because mother is busy bringing something, cooking something, where the devils will come and eat. So they never meet. No problem. But when you are very rich, what you can do? You are always with the baby. You have nothing else to do. You literally get into each other's nerve. Understand? Like mourning. Who mourns for a death? The person who is poor, he has to work for survival. Can he have the luxury of mourning for somebody? If he doesn't go next morning, if he doesn't get up and go, the food is not there. Get up and go. He forgets somebody is dead. If he doesn't do that, he will be dead. Who has the luxury of mourning, who has nothing else to do? So sit down and go on crying over it. So people are also visiting, everybody is visiting. How many people visit poor people? Think. So please understand, in the studies when you are doing, more and more identities are added. Agyasya. So in the eyes of the secular world, you are very knowledgeable. In the eyes of the Upanishads, Vedas, you are ignorant, agya, because you don't know about yourself. Understand? Same way. You may be knowing about yourself, but if you don't expose to the objective knowledge, you will be ignorant about the world. So don't say superior, inferior. But between the two, essential knowledge is knowledge of the self. Are you getting that? Because if you are not knowing one subject or the other in the relative world, still you can manage. But if you don't know about yourself, whatever knowledge you get confuses you. Therefore, know about yourself. Are you getting the beauty of it? There is no fanatic declarations, demands that this is better, everybody must know. No, this is for your convenience. You think. Can you deny yourself? Can you neglect yourself in order to know about the world? You cannot, because you are the beginning. So know about yourself. Then of course about the world. Why? So that you can live more comfortably. But don't look for happiness there. Therefore, agya, one who does not know. Agyasya na janati. Why do you say agya? Why ignorance is a taboo in case of this absolute knowledge? Because, understand, when you say ignorance means what? When the person does not know that he doesn't know about himself. Such a person, ignorant. You can know about everything, but you are not knowing about yourself. Are you aware? Such a person can, suppose you know about other things, you can say, oh, I did not know about myself. That is the person we are talking about. I guess. And such a person, how it is? Asradadhanasya. He is into the confusion, but no Shraddha. He doesn't believe. He thinks, nobody can solve my problem. Why? My problem is very special. He doesn't understand the role, identification, creating the problem. Asradadhanasya. One who doesn't have any acceptance of anything. That is where comes the arrogance. Holding on to money and power, the person can say, nobody can make me insecure. Holding on to money, if you are feeling so secure, money shall be your insecurity. Holding on to the power, if you are feeling secure, that power will be your insecurity. Holding on to a knowledge, little information, if you feel very secure, that knowledge will be insecurity. That is why people do not like their knowledge to be challenged, position to be challenged, wealth to be challenged. Ask yourself, do you feel challenged? What shall you say? Yes. Or else, why don't you expose yourself to this knowledge? Because your identity is challenged. So what is the good religion? Which doesn't challenge your identity, but gives you an extra identity. You continue to do what you want to do, but be a meditator. Oh, now the fellow thinks very good. So I'm a millionaire meditator. How comfortable. You understand how the problem continues to be in life. You are pampering the individuality in the name of religion. Or the person will not come to listen. And you are not interested in the person. You are interested anyway in his wealth. If he writes a big check, that is what more important. He can go to dogs. Why? Anyway the fool is gone to dogs, let him. But if you are a compassionate person, teacher, you understand the truth. What's it? I'm not interested in what you have. I'm interested in you. Oh, I have got so many problems. Don't worry. Understand? Since I am interested in who you are, you don't worry with what packet, what luggage, what baggage you come with. Oh, I was a very bad man. You can be a rascal. Don't worry. Apiched asi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakrut uttama. Can you fulfill this identification? You are such a vainangoli. So timid. You are such a timid, so coward, you can't even commit a crime. What are you talking? Average person is so good. How many people are real rascals? Nobody. You look at your behavior. Please look at your behavior. How many of you are real rascals? How many of you are real problem? Think of it. How many of you? Nobody. Your maximum problem is what? A little chugli. Chugli means a little gossip here and there. A little angry about somebody or this or that. A little bit here and there. And little more mischievous when you become, you hate yourself. You will be afraid. Oh, what people will think of me. That is why you are not even a high-class rogue. Understand? How much you have committed that crime that you cannot be redeemed. It all belongs to role. Moments of anger. So when you are talking, you are not talking, anger is talking. So forgiving you is so easy. Jealousy is talking, poverty is talking, misery is talking, frustration is talking. You can clearly diagnose. Who is talking? Frustration is talking. Everybody is getting mango, I am not getting it. Every fellow is a rascal here. I let him talk. Why? Frustration. He didn't get mango, he is talking. Don't worry about it. Give him 2 mangoes, everybody is wonderful here. Don't worry. Are you getting that? I want him to talk to me, he doesn't talk to me. So what shall I say? Rascal, idiot. Just fellow, unfriendly, socially retarded, stupid. You give the comment. One day, suppose you are traveling in a group, now this fellow comes up, sits down by your side and brings some mixture, brings some samosa and say, you want something? Take it. What about these drinks also? Hey, very nice person. So getting down, how is that? Oh, I thought he was a rascal. He's a really good man, Why? Because he gave you samosa. So are you a bad person? You are not. 99% people are like that. 1% are very rigidly rascals. Really rigid. Other people, you just have to know as to why the fellow is talking. That is why don't take it seriously. When you seriously analyze somebody's behavior, you push him into criminality. Because a passing mood brings a passing mood brings a passing behavior. That passing behavior, when you hold on to very strictly, so you are now creating the mood which you have otherwise passed. Are you getting that? A passing mood brings a passing behavior. But when you hold on to that passing behavior as to pass a judgment on that person, so you are now reminding him of the mood continuously, so you don't allow him to get out of it. That is why don't analyze somebody's mistake. Maybe he's angry. little bit, therefore gone. Many people will ask, Swamiji, how do you deal with these people? Really? How can you handle this? This is the simple method. Don't hold on to a passing mood. The same person 2 days, just observe yourself, look at your experience. The same person about whom you are taking, is he always like that? No, then grant him some freedom. Understand? So person is ignorant and is not aware of ignorance, difficult to, he won't. Asradadhanascha. Asradadhana, suppose asradadhana means, no, I don't believe in these things. Okay. What can you do? He will not get it. Next. Sansayatma vinasyati. Sansayatma tu papishta. Sarvesham. Sarvesham sansayatma. The fellow is a doubting Thomas, they call it. One whose mind is continuously doubting, that fellow shall never ever see it. Standing front to the truth, he shall say, no, it is not right. Such a fellow, sansayatma, doubting. Never doubts his own integrity. Never doubt. Are you getting that? You understand why the person who goes on doubting never understands the truth? Because he never doubts his own integrity. Never understands that the I, the individuality, is an intruder. It has no place. He doesn't understand. But he doubts everybody else. Nothing wrong in doubting everybody. The real teaching turns the table on himself. You're doubting everybody? Now who are you? But most people are not used to this type of introspection. That is why this knowledge is not popular. How can this knowledge be popular? When you are challenging the person himself. I told you, the simple stories. Suppose you go to as you are passing by in your village, there will be one uncle who gives everybody toffee. Everybody will go there. Another uncle, 3 jar, come here. What is the name of the President of India? Come here. When India got independence, what is the capital of England? You are already caught, you can't escape. But next day, as you are coming, you saw he is standing there. Will you go near him? Oh. He is questioning. Now you go to the religion. Laddu, sweets, dance, hug, kiss, jump, run, close your eyes, listen to the music. Million people. Another place you go. Who are you? You think you love everybody? You are always loving yourself. Don't think you are too smart. Why are you holding on to that stupid identity and considering you are the managing director? You know you are a donkey. Huh? Did I come here to listen to this nonsense? To kill my own self-confidence? This is the interpretation. The person thinks false confidence is better than challenging the false confidence. What can you tell? What can you talk to these jokers? Challenging them, he feels. If you challenge his self-confidence, if you challenge his false confidence, that takes away his self-confidence. Oh, what self-confidence he has in the first place? How many people will come? Swamiji, why so few people only listening to this? That's because you are questioning what to do. If you want a crowd, you compromise. Tell them what they like to listen. Slowly it will begin. As the world becomes more matured, more educated, more conscious, this knowledge will get the acceptance. Time, matter of time. This is too focused on yourself. Too focused. Average people are not too focused. They are more disintegrated, externalized, extrovert. Straight away goes on to yourself. Even some people will say, this is too selfish. Why should I know about myself? Because they are fed such wrong diet of idealism that I should not question myself. Why should I only interested in myself? That person is also not understand. Sansayatma vinasyati. The person who is sansayatma, one who doesn't believe in anything. Such a person, Bhagavan says. Sansaya. So these three people, Agya, knowing about everything, not knowing about himself, and does not know that he does not know about himself. Such a person. Lust in that, asradadhana. There is no sraddha in anything else. He is not prepared to listen to any other possibility. And by chance somebody is prepared to listen to possibility, doubting, doesn't give a benefit of doubt to somebody. And especially to this, yes, you don't have to give a benefit doubt to somebody who says, you don't be happy here, but you shall be happy in the hereafter. You can tell him, you go to that place, I am not interested. Why? I am happy, I want to be happy here and now. But if somebody tells you, you can be happy here and now, don't you think he deserves your benefit of doubt? No. Since religion talks about happiness and gods and all that stuff, so anywhere that language is there, I am not interested. What is this? That is why most people also do not come to Vedanta Upanishad. Because the words are used, Brahman, liberation, freedom, and it has been used for most people in relation to a life after death, not here. Therefore, they think they have already heard about it, they need not hear about it. Therefore, doubt, sansaya. That's why it's such a wonderful thing to know about it, to be aware of it. Manushyatvam, mumukshutvam, mahapurusa sanjaya. Durlabham traivedaitat, you heard it in Vivekshudhamani. Daivanugra hetukam, manushyatvam, to be born as a human being. Mumukshutvam, to be aware of one's own limitation, and then striving to get out of it. And in order to get out of it, to come across Mahapurusha Sansraya, a Mahapurusha, a wise person, and one by whom you are accepted. Each one of them is a wonder. If it has happened to somebody where all the three things have come in life, you are born as a human being, aware of your limitation, interested to walk out of it, and you have come across a right teacher to help you to understand yourself. Daivanugrahetuka, only by God's grace. You cannot say your effort brought you this. Understand? Such a person, nayam lokostya naparaha, na sukham sansayatmana, one who is sansayantakarana, a doubting person who is always dismissing and doubting. See, this language is difficult. Suppose the person who is always doubting, he will never understand. Even the lesser religion, the lesser culture also will come and say, see, sansayatma vinasiti. You don't believe in me. That is why you are in trouble. Are you believe in what? Are you telling me happiness here and now? You take half a sentence. That is the trouble. Even the person who is talking nonsense, what shall he say? See, you don't believe in me. Believe in what? Happiness here and now or happiness after death? After death, keep it with yourself. Here and now, I give the benefit of doubt. But you are so exposed already to here and now, after death, that you think everybody is talking like that. Therefore, you don't listen anymore. So religion has gone to dogs. Which I have tried out. Like many people, one cheated, twice shy. They have experimented on some religion, did not work. Therefore, everything will not work. Simple. It's like relationship. Your relationship, one doesn't work. Therefore, no relationship will work. One person deceived you. Therefore, all the human beings are rascals. You can't believe anybody anymore. You understand? Keep the mind open. Freshness. That is why you want to help your children, help anybody. Can you help them to keep their mind open? Vedanta, even if it doesn't give you anything, it gives an open mind. Even if you don't get anything, it gives an open mind. Why? Available for every concept. Most of the religions, what will they do? A closed mind. This and nothing else. No other God but this God. No other truth but this truth. No other things than this. What is this? No other identity but a follower of only this branding. Am I here come to be branded or to be free from branding? Such is why such a person, sanshayatma vinas nayam asti. Na ayam loka asti. This loka, this field of experience is not there for him. In this world he suffers. Na paropi. Neither in the hereafter or any field of experience, meaning the person is miserable here. If you are miserable here and now, where shall you be happy? You shall be unhappy everywhere, wherever you go. Life after life. See, experience after experience. Gurus after gurus, gods after gods. Religions after religions, millions after millions. Positions after positions. You can go on changing. You shall be miserable because you are miserable. When you know about yourself, it's a different game. Tasmat, read. Yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna sanshayam atmavantam na karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya tasmad ajnana sambhutam rustam jnanasinatmanah chitvainam sansayam yogam atishthotishta bharata yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna sansayam atmavantam na karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya tasmad ajnana sambhutam rustam jnanasinatmanah chitvainam sansayam yogam atishthotishta bharata. So, why is it so? The other person is destroyed. Okay, then who is the one who is free? Yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna sansayam atmavantam karmani na limpanti na nivadnanti. Ye Dhananjaya, in contrast to the person who is doubting, steeped in the ignorance of himself, not ready for questioning, challenging his own identity, yet there is another person who jnana sanchinna sansaya, jnanena sansayam sanchinna, one who has removed all these doubts and error by the knowledge of himself. Because knowledge can be many times doubt-free, sansaya rahita, but not vipariya rahita. You may have a knowledge free from doubt, but not free from error. Earth is flat, free from doubt for most people. That's erroneous knowledge. Sky is blue, free from error. Free from doubt, but erroneous. Sun is rising, free from doubt. Most people, erroneous. So jnana must be not only sansaya rahita, free from doubt, but also must be free from error. For most people, doubt-free knowledge, but not error-free knowledge. The objective knowledge, please understand, relative knowledge, physics, chemistry, mathematics, gives us maybe doubt-free knowledge about the world. Means continuously they are struggling. Continuously they are exploring new dimensions. Those are doubt-free. But when you own that knowledge as yourself, consider yourself to be a physicist, you get an erroneous knowledge about yourself. You may get doubt-free knowledge about the world, but you get an erroneous knowledge about yourself. Are you getting that point, what I am talking? You may get a doubt-free knowledge about the world, but you get an erroneous knowledge about yourself. You know, you have no doubt about the law of gravity. But when you say, I am physicist, that is doubt-free or erroneous? Are you getting that? Please see the fallout of this so-called knowledge. Understand that. Not therefore physics is useless. Therefore don't say I am not a physicist. No. Anything you pick up, you may have very doubt-free knowledge there. But about you, it shall give you a erroneous knowledge. That is why about this I, if you ask a question like any other question, 3 answers are possible. Right answer, wrong answer, another one is ignorance. I don't know. What is the name of this flower? One child can say, I don't know. How much mark? 0. Other fellow says, I think it is hibiscus. Correct. 2 mark. Another fellow says, rose. -2. I told you that story, no? Why the rose fellow says -2? Because one who says rose not only does not know the hibiscus, but does not know what the rose. So for both, 1 mark gone, -2, negative marking. Okay, please see. As even this simple example, who are you? One is, I don't know. Why? I say, I am a man, I am a woman, I am rich, I am poor, I am young, I am old, I am sick, I am healthy, I am PhD, I am unemployed, employed. My God, the same I assuming so many roles. Who is this I? I don't know. Such a fellow ready for knowledge. He is ignorant. He gets 0 in his life. He gets 0. But he is ready for the knowledge. Other fellow says, who are you? Ahamatma, Shivom, Shivom. Not repeating, but understanding the meaning of the word I. Aham pratyaya gochara. He knows, right. 2. All marks for him. Happy in life. Happy in life. Happy in poverty, happy in prosperity, happy in knowledge, happy in ignorance, relative knowledge and ignorance. Happy person. Sasantim adhigacchati. Absolute peace. Other fellow who says, who are you? Managing director. Does not know that managing director also is not him. Not only doesn't know about himself, who is he, just like the person. When he says this hibiscus as rose, not only does not know what hibiscus is, but also does not know what the rose is. Who are you? If you take one role to be yourself, you not only you don't know that the role cannot be you, but also you lose out on who you are. Both way you lose. That is why educated people double trouble. Solid identity and solid isolation. Solid identity with the object, a role, and solid isolation inside himself. Totally lonely. Loneliness, total loneliness. Solid identification with roles, but total loneliness inside. For ignorant person who doesn't have a strong individuality, somehow he mixes with everybody. No loneliness. It's sort of being with everybody. Not that that is wisdom, but at least there is relief, forgetfulness. Understand? Therefore, who are you? In this jnana sanchinna sansayam, no more there is doubt about yourself, no error about yourself. Who are you? Absolute. Shivom, Shivom, Aham Brahmasmi. Others are my role. Jnana sanchina sansayam. How did he get it? Mentally always ready. Or yoga sanyasta karmanam. Karma yoga sanyasta karmanam. With the yoga sanyasta karma, with the right attitude, buddhi yoga, one who has given up the result of action, no more depending on the result of action for his happiness' sake, but continues to act, to express his thought, accept the result, not to react to the result of the action, being with himself. And in that, he has understood the truth. And therefore, Atmavantam, he knows himself. Atmavan, Atmavantam, to one who just knows himself. He Dhananjaya, karmani na nibadhanti. No action ever binds him. No action stands for means, no action stands for no perception, no thought, no result of action, nothing binds him. All these are included in karmani na limpanti. Karma, akarma, vikarma. Whether action, inaction, prohibited action, none of these considerations exist. Karma phala, no more dependence on that. Perception, thought, everything. Na limpanti, na nibadranti. Doesn't bind him. Tasmat. Since it is so, what should you do? Kill. Which one? Sansayam. Tasmad ajnana sambhutam rutham enam sansayam chitva atmanah jnanasina. Atmanah jnana asina. By the sword of your self-knowledge. Atmanah jnana asi. That by the sword of this Atmagyan, self-knowledge, ajnana sambhutam rutham sansayam chitva. What is this? This sansaya atma vinasiti, understand? This doubt kills you. Ignorance doesn't kill you. The doubt kills you. Are you getting that point? How nice it is. Huh? Real pinpointing. That is ignorance. Does it bother you? In deep sleep, anybody is in problem? In childhood, anybody is in problem? When you start doubting. Sansayatma. Who is a Sansayatma? The person, first is confused. The person who takes the relative identity as absolute, lost. Holding on to relative identity, one who doubts every other discussion on absolute. It can be a person who is miserable, a person who can be comfortable. The person is so miserable, he doesn't have time to listen to the absolute. And the person is so lost in his power and position, he has also no time for knowing about himself. That is why samsara. The ignorant is lost, the informed also is lost. The poor man is lost in his misery, the rich man is lost in his comfort. Adharmik, the person who does all unrighteous thing, is lost. The person who is self-righteous also is lost. That is a dharma, adharma, both can destroy you. Tasmat, sansayam chitva, these sansaya, doubt. Who is doubting? No doubt existing without a doubting personality. When you say, kill the desire, if you want to use that language, kill the desire. Can you kill the desire without killing the desirer? No, why are you using this language of violence? All right. Can you negate the desire without negating the desirer? Call it any language you like. Arjuna is standing on the battlefield, no, so kill him. You want to kill your enemy? Kill the enemy within. Who? You are your enemy. First kill yourself, then don't worry about it. Whatever language you say, no. Oh, I want to remove this fellow Arab from my life. Remove the individuality who will not have a demand for removing anybody. I want to change everybody. Change yourself. Whatever language you want to use. You don't like the language of killing. Oh, it's a violence. All right, you are such a pacifist. Don't worry. You understand? Wisdom comfortable with every language. That is why you can speak the language that the person wants to listen. But in that, you give him the truth, absolute. You challenge. Enam chitva yogamatishta. Hey Arjuna, yogam kuru. So, get this knowledge, jnanam. Ajnana sambhutam, sansayam, rutstam. Born of this ignorance, which is rutstam in you, in your mind, that doubt that is existing, the doubting individuality. Atmanaha jnanasina chitva. By removing this by the sword of knowledge, yoga matishta. May you live with jnana yoga, karma yoga. Be a person who is knowledgeable, know yourself. Thereby, when you are aware of yourself, karma yoga is natural. You shall continue to work, act, but action, na nivadnanti, it will not touch you. Since it is so, uttishta bharata. Hey Arjuna, get up. Krishna doesn't forget that. Because what he did? Rathopastham upavishat. Sanskrit, Gandivam, everything giving up. What is it? Rathopastham upavishat. Sat down, no? So Arjuna says, yoga matishta. Do this yoga. Know yourself so that no karma can touch you. And therefore, uttishta, get up and fight. He did not need explanations for 4 weeks for 4 chapters. As he chants, he understands. That is why don't say, oh, we took 4 years to go through Gita. Maybe you are greater idiots, what to do. Arjuna took reading and if understood. If you are reading explanation, our mind is a little slow. More time, more slow. So that is not the thing. How long to Gita? Oh, in only 6 months you could finish it. We studied for 6 years. Oh, you have nothing else to do. So you can do that, nothing wrong. Understand? It's not how long. 1 word you understand? 6 seconds, 6 minutes, anything. You make your life. Tasmat ati, having this understood, uttishta, meaning whatever you are doing, get up with full enthusiasm, work in life. If you're tired of your job, you came away, understand this, go, take up your job. Tired of your family, you came here, go, take up your family. I didn't want to marry, go get married. I don't want to marry, don't worry about marriage, do your life, whatever you want to do. I want to serve people, go and do. Uttishta, for what? Whatever you want to do. But previously everything was a problem, now nothing is a problem. So what shall I do? Don't ask me. You know, when people ask, Swamiji, what shall I do? Don't ask me, what shall I do? Ask, what can I do? Whatever you can do, do. Don't need one Nostradamus oracle. Nostradamus oracle. What shall I do? Do you see anything in the crystal ball about myself, my future? Yes. I have to put that crystal ball on your head. Don't worry. You think for yourself. Okay? Om iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Chaturtho Dhyaya. So thus comes to an end the 4th chapter, which deals with Jnana Karma Sannyas. Jnana as well as the karma sannyas. Okay? So, talked about jnana, talked about karma. And therefore, Bhagavan says what? Uttishta, fight! But Arjuna is no more ready to fight. He says, yeah, but you... Now this knowledge is working in his head. Yeah, you are telling both things, there's still confusion. Jnana you are praising, karma sannyas also is praising. That you must do. Nahi jnanena sadrusa pavitraye vidyate. There is nothing more pure than the knowledge. Therefore do the action. What type of therefore is this? Knowledge is the most jnanena sadrusa pavitramena vidyate. Jnana agni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute. Fire of knowledge takes everything. Jnana agni dagdha karmanam. Jnana sanchinna sansayam. Knowledge you are praising sky high. And then end what you say? Uttishta, attishta, uttishta. Yogama attishta, uttishta. Do the yoga and get up. What are you talking? How can you praise both? You tell this is good, this is also good. I am confused again. Therefore he asked the question. Just read it, we shall see when I come back. Arjuna uvacha sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha sansasi yatsreyayetayorekam tanme bruhi sunischitam. Okay, close your eyes. Have a nice time. Thank you. See you tomorrow.